Welcome to our lesson in the cycle of duplication, getting started. The concepts taught in this lesson at the Academy are the foundation from which you will build a large and successful Freedom Equity Group business. Our business is one of duplication, which simply means that the tasks that you perform to build your business are not to be specific to you. Because if you are the single most important factor in building your business, you'll not achieve the lifestyle that the Freedom Equity Group opportunity can offer. You see, if you and you alone possess the skills or talents to build a business, then you can merely earn a living. It is when you are able to duplicate yourself, you are able to leverage yourself with other people, other talents, other time commitments. This is when you will truly achieve the leverage that is necessary to build a lifestyle. Leverage in income quite simply means the ability to slowly, but ultimately, separate yourself from the generation of your income. When you are able to teach others to do what you do, then the business can take on a mind of its own. It can operate, grow, and become more profitable, not because of you, but quite possibly in spite of you. This is where you want to go. You want to develop a business that utilizes an easily duplicatable system that continues in your absence. We all have only 24 hours in a day, and it's when it strikes midnight, well, that's it, it's over. Time to start again tomorrow. You only have so many hours you can spend on your business. Let's say that's 10 hours a week. Well, everyone in your organization may have the same ability. If you have 5 people in your organization besides yourself, although you may only be able to spend 10 hours a week in your business, each of them in turn may also be able to spend 10 hours in their business, which by default is your business also. Therefore, your 10 hours are leveraged in that there are now 60 hours of effort and accomplishment that is going on in your business this week. More than a full-time effort, yet you are contributing only 10 of those hours, or a very part-time effort. This is possible only if, as you started, you helped other people get started in your business utilizing a system that allows that multiplication or duplication. Therefore, this is the system or cycle of duplication that is going to be taught in this lesson. But before we go there, to illustrate the point even further, please take out a piece of paper and join me in the following simple exercise. On that piece of paper, going vertically, write 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2, which is 8, times 2, which is 16. That should be one column. Now start a column next to that with 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. And now finally, start a third column next to that where 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64, times 4 is 256. Now, as you can see, you have the final product at the bottom of all 3 columns. The first column is 16, the second column is 81. What's the difference between these two numbers? If you answered 65, you would be mathematically correct. Yet in our duplicatable FEG model, the real difference is 1 trained agent. It is the difference between having 2 personally sponsored and trained agents working the system and 3 personally sponsored and trained agents working the system. The result after a few generations is significant in that you now have 81 agents in your business contributing to your profitability rather than 16. The same is true if you look at the difference between the first column, 16, and the third column, 256. This is not the difference of 240, which it would be mathematically, but is the difference of only 2 more personally sponsored and trained agents. Once the FEG system of duplication steps in, just a few generations makes a big difference. With that in mind, let's get into exactly what is the cycle of duplication and how do you employ this system to multiply and leverage your income. Whether you're looking for a part-time business to supplement your current job, profession, or avocation, or are looking at the FEG opportunity as a new career field to take full advantage of all that the opportunity offers, you'll find that the Freedom Equity Group business model and tools and techniques provided through the Freedom Academy will answer the call for you. The cycle of duplication is quite simple. As a matter of fact, when laid out on paper, it resembles a baseball field where you run the bases, starting at home plate, then first and second, and third base, and then back to home plate. So here, you are getting started at home base, where you make the decision to get started with Freedom Equity Group. And you make a decision on how aggressively you want to get started by deciding whether you're going to take advantage of the fast track to vice president or the regular path. These options are explained in a separate lesson on compensation. What we want to do is get ourselves started on the right foot at home plate. We will then be introducing the Retire with Dignity program and opportunity to people. And this is first base. After that initial exposure, we want to build belief in our prospects and what we have to offer at Freedom Equity Group, and that is second base. Then, of course, we want to gain a positive decision from our prospects to become a licensed professional with us. This is third base. And then finally, we move on to home plate, where we're getting our new agents started off right. By repeating this cycle of duplication over and over again with new people and teaching them how to do it with their new people, you will begin to build a business that can continue to grow and prosper even in your absence. You see, as you go through the cycle with each and every individual, you'll end up with some clients who need your help with their financial planning for retirement, and some will become agents in your organization and help duplicate your business by using the cycle of duplication. This allows for the continual growth of your business, building that ever-expanding network of clients and agents. As J. Paul Getty once said, I would rather have 1% on the efforts of 100 people rather than 100% on my own efforts. To further illustrate the power of geometric growth, if you were offered $10,000 per day for a full month, or a penny doubled every day for a month, meaning 1 penny on day 1, 2 pennies on day 2, 4 pennies on day 3, etc. for a month, which would you choose? Well, it's easy to calculate that $10,000 a day for 31 days, you'd have over $300,000, and the short-sighted individual might opt for this. Yet those who realize the power of geometric growth would opt for the penny a day doubled and would have well in excess of $10 million. When you continue the power of geometric growth with the life-changing crusade of Freedom Equity Group, helping Americans retire with dignity, you will begin to understand the power that you have in your hands. And by instituting the cycle of duplication that we will show you here, you have no limitations. Once again, in the cycle of duplication, home base is where you get you started. First base is where you're introducing the Index Universal Life product with living benefits and the business opportunity to potential clients and agents. Second base is where you're building belief in both the product and or the business. Third base is where you obtain a positive decision from your prospect. And home plate is where you're getting your new agent started. In this Getting Started segment, you will learn the tips, techniques, and processes that many leaders have learned in order to become successful in this business model. As in all things in life, you could learn from experience, or you could learn from people who have learned from experience. The latter is quicker, easier, and more profitable. All of the contributors to this training on the cycle of duplication have been million-dollar earners in this profession, and we have all learned that we have a simple business model, that if you become proficient in certain simple activities and do them over and over again with posture and clarity, you too will become very successful. There are 5 steps to getting started in your Freedom Equity Group business. It is my advice that you follow all 5 steps completely. Ours is a business of duplication. So I ask you to look forward into the future and understand that if you were only to complete 3 or 4 steps yourself, how can you recommend to others that they take the steps that you yourself were not willing to take? It is imperative that you lead by example. Those steps are: Number one, you got to have clearly defined goals. Number two, you'll want to start your own retirement program. Number three, you'll want to develop a game plan. 4, become familiar with all of the tools available. And 5, get enrolled in the Freedom Academy. So in looking at our first step, we find that the knowledge of knowing where you are going in your business is paramount. Why have you decided to take this training? Why are you a FEG agent? In other words, what are your goals, and are they written down? Studies have shown over and over again that those with written down and clearly defined goals will achieve far more, far faster than those who do not have such defined written goals. Written down goals will not only help you chart your course of success, but it'll help your sponsor and your upline guide you on the path that will most readily help you attain what you desire. You need to take the time to complete a goals worksheet, which simply means defining the goals you want to achieve and the timeline in which you want to achieve them. You will find a guideline for this in your workbook. Be prepared to discuss these goals with your sponsor. The second step to getting started is to start your own retirement program. You want to become a product of the product. This will be done in conjunction with your sponsor, as you cannot be the writing agent on your own program. There are several reasons that you'll want to do this immediately. First of all, to protect yourself and your family's financial future. Secondly, you want to fulfill the demands of the compensation plan should you decide you want to take the fast track to vice president. And finally, you'll want to set the example for your entire organization that you're committed to the Retire with Dignity program and the opportunity that FEG offers, and that they should follow suit. In getting started, it's important to understand that a fast start in your FEG business is an easy start. You see, as you talk to people you know about this opportunity, they're inevitably going to ask you how you're doing. If you've only been in a few days answering that you're new and just getting started, well, it's an appropriate response. Yet on the other hand, if you've been in for several months when asked that question, and your answer is that you've not sponsored anyone, you don't have your own retirement plan in place, yet join me and I'll show you how to be successful. Can you see how that could be a barrier to sponsoring and expanding your business? But what if you decided to get off onto a fast start, and when asked that question, you can proudly say that you have your retirement program in place, that your illustration shows that when you retire, you'll have over $40,000 per year tax-free retirement, no matter how long you live, and you've helped 3 or 4 others to be in the same financially solid position, and that has gained you an immediate income of over $6,000. But you're really excited about is your growing organization of agents that's allowing you the fruits of thousands of dollars per month residual income on a part-time basis. Can you see how that fast start would also become an easy start, and that more people would be interested in knowing how you did it? Also, this business is leading by example. It is vitally important, as the speed of the pack is determined by the speed of the leader. The third step to getting started is putting together your game plan. Decide right now if you're going to be promoted to vice president on the normal track, which will take over 30 sales and normal period of time, maybe months to a year, or do you want to use the fast track with a total as little as 6 sales, including your own, in a shortened period of time? This critical decision may make a great deal of difference in your income going forward. Make sure you discuss this with your sponsor and fully understand the differences between the 2 methods of promotion. You will also want to put together your 30-day game plan. Are you willing to commit introducing at least 2 people to our crusade each and every day of your first 30 days? I can guarantee that after that period of time, several things will be true that may not be true already. First of all, you will be giving yourself the best gift ever in this business, and that is your internal belief, your clarity in the opportunity and the power of the FEG mission. You will be giving yourself your first profit in people starting in the program. You'll be giving yourself the start of your Freedom Equity Group organization, and you'll be giving your organization the example to follow. You will want to start by using the Who Do You Know list to determine who you will be sharing our retirement program and opportunity with. This list is also contained in your workbook, but if you do not have that right now, just start making that list of people that you know. People you know from work, from where you went to school, from your children's school and their parents, from whom you buy goods and services from. Who are your relatives? Who are on your Christmas list and who came to your wedding? Who follows you on Facebook and Twitter or other social media? This list is endless, but the most important part of this list is that you do not prejudge. Do not determine for people whether or not our retirement program or our opportunity are for them. They must determine this for themselves once it is properly demonstrated to them. I can assure you that as you look back on a successful career with FEG, the people that you did not think would be interested in your opportunity are the ones that probably will surprise you and become your best agents. And the ones you thought would take advantage of it and run with it may not have seen it in the light that you see it and may disappoint you. Therefore, never pass up an opportunity by prejudging what you think others might think. You can, however, if you like, put a P next to the people you think would be more interested in the program and a B next to the people that you think might be more interested in the business. Keep this list with you as it's only a beginning. You will find that as time goes on, you'll have more and more people that you know come to mind, and you'll want to get these people added to your list immediately. As you're putting together this 30-day plan, write down the goals that you would like to accomplish at the end of your first 30 or 60 or 90 days. Remember, this is a business of duplication, and your prospects are going to see this business through your eyes, and therefore, they're going to build this business through your eyes also. You know, not everyone you approach in your first 30 days are going to be interested in the opportunity at this time. But you can rest assured that they will be watching you. And if you show the success you are capable of in the beginning, these people will be joining you shortly. This business is a marathon. But I can assure you, if there is any time to sprint, it's now. You only have one chance to develop your story, how you got started, and the success that you have experienced in a relatively short period of time. Step 4 is to get familiar with all of the tools that are available to you. You want to discuss this with your sponsor here at Home Plate. What are the various avenues open up to you to expose your retirement program and opportunity to others, such as webinars, conference calls, in-home meetings, weekly hotel meetings, etc. Get to know what avenues of exposure are available to you and decide which path you and your sponsor will take in these initial exposures. Also, it's very important to discuss with your sponsor exactly what you would like him or her to do if they see you getting off track. So many times we see individuals who are new to the business trying certain things that are proven not to work. They may seem good on paper, but they just don't work. You want to empower your sponsor and your upline to let you know when this is occurring. Allow your upline the latitude to point things out to you that they know may not be helpful in furthering your career with FEG. By giving this permission, you're opening up the way for a fruitful, two-way honest communication on that which will help you grow your Freedom Equity Group organization. In this vein, you also want to make sure that your sponsor introduces you to your upline leadership. Make sure you have all of their contact information. Remember, this is a unique business model that FEG has put together in that your upline leaders are going to get paid on your efforts, whether you use them or not. So take full advantage of what has been paid for and provided for you. Get to know your upline and leverage them. I can tell you that there is no better phone call that I can receive in building an organization than the introduction to a new member of the team that is getting started and eager to learn the best way to move forward. The final part, step 5, of getting started, of course, is what you're doing right now. Enroll and become totally familiar with the Freedom Academy. There are 2 ways of learning any business, and that is to learn by experience or to learn by those who have learned from experience. The latter is quicker, easier, and more profitable. There are no mistakes that you can make that have not been made before you. In the Academy, not only do you have the full day training, but you can audit this course many times over with many other instructors. Repetition is the mother of skill. The Academy and its lessons are an ongoing endeavor. We add to it constantly, and you will find new techniques and lessons as you continue to be a student of the Academy. It is important to note that this business is a business of duplication, and your new agents, when it comes time to make a decision on whether or not to enroll in the Academy, will ask you what you did. You want to also be able to speak with authority with your new recruits on how helpful you found the lessons and instructions here. Remember, you're in a profession now, and it requires ongoing education, so you can do the best for yourself and your organization. You see, one of the great aspects of the FEG business model is the ease of entry into our business. Anyone can get started with very little investment. Yet this is also one of the pitfalls of our business, in that ease of entry also means ease of exit. One of the challenges that we all face is that if people do not commit to their business, it is very easy for them to quit their business. By making sure that they have the tools and the knowledge to succeed, you're securing your future. It's a proven fact that the higher the level of commitment one gives financially to their Freedom Equity Group business directly affects the retention rate in the business. So, by setting the example high with a solid level of commitment, you will not only be more profitable in the beginning, and by using the fast track method of promotion, have the posture of being a product of the product, you will also be increasing the long-term profitability of your business with increased retention. After completing these 5 steps, you're ready to begin the process of building your business. This starts on first base in the cycle of duplication. This is where you're inviting people to look at your opportunity and the various venues and tools that are available to you. You will find that in our next lesson, First Base in the Cycle of Duplication, we will show you what you need to know in order to be successful in expanding your business. We look forward to seeing you there.